Historian is the latest album from Lucy Dacus, who joins us here in San Francisco. Welcome back to our fine city.
Thank you.
We're at Rickshaw Stop, where I think you last played a couple years ago.
Only time we've ever played here was here.
Yeah, I heard a lot of great things, and it was just an amazing show, and thank God you're playing here again.
Yeah, and this time it's sold out, so
yeah,
that'll be fun. Maybe I'll crowd surf or something.
Have you ever?
No, I'm not gonna crowd surf. That was a total lie.
Oh.
I'm kind of scarred about crowd surfing because when I was 16, somebody crowd surfed onto my face and made both sides of my nose bleed. So I'm not a big fan of that move. I don't want people like touching my butt or like like touching my face or like dropping me onto the floor. That happens too. So.
Do you have a weird thing about people touching you and
No, not really.
crowded subways?
Subways, not so much. I have had people come up like not asking me and just like kiss me on the cheek. Like
oh wow!
So I don't go out after shows anymore just because people like rub my back or like take a selfie and then run away, and I just feel like
with no conversation.
No conversation. How weird is that?
Like you're a statue, and they're like,
yeah,
"Hey, I'm next to
like,
the Lucy Dacus
They
statue."
came to the show to just like grab the proof that they were there and then like split, which is kind of like
it's really weird,
debilitating. Last time we were in San Francisco is the only time we were in San Francisco, and it was here, and there was maybe like a fourth of you. Was anyone at that show? You were? Wow! Thank you for coming back.
You are achieving a lot of great things in your life
Aww.
right now. I'm sure you're hearing the various things, but the one that I think is a wonderful thing and a standout from my perspective is that you are now a homeowner.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And in your hometown of Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
I'm curious, is this a house that you always looked at and like one day?
No. What's actually funny is I bought this house, which I love dearly, and then 2 months later, my dream house of 8 years went on the market. And I was like, dang it, I could have waited like a couple months, and I'm still looking at it. It's actually not sold yet.
Oh.
So.
Now, what is this dream house? Is it like big? You envision a studio in there, a big yard for dogs to play in? And
it's not very big. It's in the Fan, which is a neighborhood in Richmond near Cuba Cuba, which is a really good Cuban restaurant. It's white, and it has blue shutters, and it has this huge tree that flowers in the spring, these like yellow tiny flowers that blow petals all over the sidewalk. And there's this white brick wall that the tree is spilling over, and I always go on walks at night in that area, and I just like stand under the tree and feel really happy.
It's a very vivid picture that you just painted.
Yeah.
It sounds magnificent, kind of like the stereotypical home with the white picket fence. And
yeah, but it just feels more special than that. I don't know.
Is it similar to the house that you grew up in?
Not really. The house I grew up in was suburban. There's a big magnolia tree in the front yard, so maybe I have a thing for like flowering
big
trees. Yeah, that's actually something about San Francisco that is like really awesome. So there are all these like weird trees with like purple flowers and white and pink flowers, and but yeah, my house is also very nice.
You have to be really happy as well about the reception for the album.
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks now at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
And a lot of people writing wonderful words about it. With the anticipation of this album, did you feel any of the pressures of the expectation involved? Because when you came out with No Burden, a lot of people all over the internet and just critics in general showered you with accolades. What were you feeling during that process?
I felt pressure in some ways, but I've not figured out how to respond to it because it didn't affect the writing, didn't affect the recording, hasn't really affected touring life. The pressure hasn't affected anything. It's just like within me. And I don't see it changing the content or how we do things. It doesn't change my relationships to the label or to any relationships. It's just this like seed of like unspoken like confusion, I guess. Like, what is that? What is this pressure? Maybe it's just that I really want people to hear it, and I don't really know what goes into that because my job is to make the music, and I try really hard to figure out, how to share it best with people. And doing shows is great. It's really tangible. Like I'm singing, I'm looking at the people, hear me sing. So it's like, I know that they're listening. But yeah, the pressure is like everything that I don't know, existing on the internet and like people interacting with it that I'll never meet. And what is this album meaning to other people?
The title of the album is Historian, and you've mentioned that you are documenting your life and your observations more so of other people, and as other people are digesting and taking in your music, they're kind of using your music as a soundtrack for their own history, and it's kind of a two-way street, so to speak, right? What does your history teacher from high school say about this? Because I understand she was quite an inspiring motivator for you in playing music.
Wow, you've done your research. That's awesome. Libby Grimmer. I haven't talked to her in a really long time, but she's the first person that told me I should bring a guitar to school and share my songs. I'd written all this music that I didn't recognize as something I could give to other people. It felt for my benefit, which the music still is for my benefit at the beginning, but it doesn't have to stop there. And that one suggestion changed a lot of things for me. I should reach out to her. I hadn't made the connection about like historian. Yeah, she's a really cool person, and my mom's a teacher. Jacob Blizzard, our guitarist, his mom is a teacher, and we just value teachers so much. I know that I do, and you never know when you're gonna say something to somebody that's gonna mean so much to them. And like, I don't even know if she knows how much that meant to me and how that like kind of changed the course of my life. It was like maybe a sweet suggestion for her, just like, oh yeah, like bring it to school, it'll be fun. And that like really began the shaping of my identity.
Yeah. No, I think it's fantastic, and I'm glad that you still remember her, and that's a wonderful memory. I feel like that a lot of your music is touching a lot of people's lives. I'm sure you've heard different adjectives used in describing your music, clever and witty and all these things, but we are very much a fan of your music and your art.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you have volumes of phrases and lyrics, and we can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on more stuff always, so I guess stay tuned.
Well, congratulations on everything.
Thanks.
Can't wait for tonight.
Thank
Great to
you.
meet you.
Yeah, ditto.
It is
Up top.
Up top. Lucy Dacus. The album's called Historian. You're watching B-Sides on Air.